I think we're good. Welcome to the June 22nd, 2017 Planning Board meeting. Our chairman is out tonight, so I'm filling in for Mr. Francisco. First on the agenda is Francis E. Burrell.
Nope.
I was going to just tell everybody. And the applicant has requested a continuance for another month. So that would put us at July
27th?
Do you need a motion?
Yeah, I think John's looking date up.
27.
July 27th.
Yep.
Should listen to me in the first place.
I'll entertain a motion.
Move to continue the site plan review for Francis E. and Nancy E. Burrell to July 27, 2017.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Yes, question.
Sure.
If you didn't have a quorum, what would you do?
I'd say we couldn't hear it.
You can't have a meeting.
I'd say we couldn't hear it. I'd say we'd have a member that,
But you're already not gonna hear it,
right,
so there'll be a no harm done.
now that that's over, I'd like to, I'm going to appoint John as a voting member for the
Now he's gonna recuse himself
meeting.
for
Now
this.
he's going to recuse himself, but that's okay. Sorry, John.
I was going to recuse myself from the first one anyway.
Next on the agenda is a driveway permit application to break through a stone wall for a single-family residence driveway on Walker Hill Road.
I'm going to recuse myself from this application. The applicant's a customer of mine.
Okay. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Thank you. My name is Bill Edwards. With me is my mom, Priscilla. We both own this property. So in the pictures in the application, you see there, there's a couple different
Go ahead.
pictures.
Color pictures. You
But
test
this
on.
is the best one.
These come out kind of black.
Okay. This one probably didn't make its way to you. So take a look at that, and it gives you a good visual. That lot on Walker Hill has an old rock wall that you can kind of make out through the brush in that picture. And on the far left of that picture is where the corner pin is of that lot. And then the first 15 feet after that pin is already open in the rock wall, if you can make that out in that picture.
Yep.
So the first 15 feet's already open. And then to get the 30 feet that I need for your permit, I'm gonna have to disturb the next roughly 15 feet of that rock wall.
Now, the 30 feet is just right at the pavement itself. And then as soon as you come in from the pavement, you start to taper in and you create a curve. So
Yeah,
by the time you're 10 feet off the road, you should be down to your 12 feet wide,
okay.
18.
18. So how far off the road is the wall?
That is, I would say, about 10 feet. That's a good guess. Let me look at this picture again. It is about 10 feet
Yeah.
from the road, so
So you're probably only going to need to serve about 10 feet of it instead of 15 feet.
3 feet.
If you've got to keep the center there. Unless you can, well, you can't, you've got to keep the center in the same place.
Why?
Because the pin's on the other
I can't
side.
move left, right. We'd have to expand it to the right, the opening.
In other words,
to
this
the
is
right.
somebody else's property.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're down to 18 feet, you only need 9 feet, so I mean, you probably just ask for disturbing 10 feet instead of 15.
I'm good with that. Less work for me.
And that gives you a little room for a little ditch in there, so the water's got someplace to go.
Yep, I'd be happy with that. So if we disturb the first 10 feet of that stone wall, it's gonna be roughly a 25-foot opening, well, maybe 20-ish, 20, 25 feet. The existing, there's currently a 15-foot opening right now.
Yep.
So if I disturb up to 10, and then with the taper that you're talking about from the
Why
road.
can't you use this 15 feet?
Because he's out beyond the lot line, the lot corners, right, these are right behind the stake.
Oh, so it can't, the driveway could be on the lot line.
10 feet.
But if he did the apron, it would be in front of the
It's in
neighboring
front of the other
property.
guy's land.
Ready for a motion?
I am, yes, we're making a recommendation to the
Right.
selectmen.
I move the planning board recommend to the board of selectmen to approve the applicant's removal of stone wall for the first 10 feet from the center line shown on his photograph. Can you put a map in here?
Yeah, map 402, lot line five.
Dated June 20th, 2017.
Kirk, that makes sense, but let me help clarify something. The center line on that photo would actually be where you see the 15 feet from the left and 15 feet from the right. So that is the center line of the 30 feet?
Yep.
So the motion is to allow you to take this 10 feet.
Okay. Understood. That makes sense. Okay, thank you.
Is there a second? Second by Chuck.
Question?
Discussion?
Yeah, this is for you, Mr. Chairman. This isn't one of those lots that there was a real problem with, and I don't remember whether that was on Walker or Barnard Hill Road. There were some lots where the access was really impossible. This is not one of those.
No. You have flat land coming in from there.
Yeah, you see the picture, it looks like it's very flat there. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye. Abstain, opposed? None, I see none. Motion carries.
I will forward the minutes of this meeting to the selectmen. You need to call Naomi and schedule, I have, when you want to be there. They're gonna meet on the 3rd,
Yep,
and they're gonna meet on the 17th.
okay.
So if you're not going anywhere for the 4th of July, you could probably show up on the 3rd and get through the selectmen's meeting as quickly as you got through this one,
Okay, that's helpful, thank you. I will be out of town that weekend, but
and make it the 17th.
I'll pick the next one up. Okay.
And just give her a call and let her know, and I will have the minutes up there by the time you call her.
Okay. Okay, thanks for the help, guys.
Next on the agenda is HKW Properties, 55 North Stark Highway. Their site plan
What about this one?
application.
What about this one?
Oh, I'm sorry, that one we approved last week, last meeting.
Yeah, that was done.
That was a mistake?
Yeah.
Is that the subdivision we gave someone?
Yes. Harry, I have to speak with you when you're all done.
With what?
I have to speak with you when you're all done.
Okay,
Harry
all right.
came a couple weeks ago, but we didn't accept the application, so
It's Harry Weatherby.
we still need to accept this application.
So I looked at 5 items, and I'm asking for waivers from the planning board to not have to comply with these particular 5 items that are subdivision requirements that pertain, no, I've looked at it several dozen times. But I'm looking for waivers, items on your checklist, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. And these are items that, these would be, again, more pertaining to a subdivision plan. I'm not looking at subdividing anything. This is a lot of record, and I simply want to construct a 30 by 40 building on it. So things like survey of natural boundaries, monument location. I have a site plan that I think addresses all the essential details with which you can make a decision as to my proposal.
Ready for a motion?
Any building constructed, Chip would have to confirm that there is the appropriate distance from any
Any lot line? Yep.
Yeah.
all wetlands.
Okay. And the closest lot line here is this corner. Okay, ready for a motion?
I move that the application for a waiver from sections 22, 24, 5, and 6 by Mr. Weatherby be granted.
Second by Chuck. Any discussion?
Yes. On section 26, why would we not want to see anything about drainage when we're adding another structure on the property?
Because it's
Mr.
flat.
Chairman,
Yep.
this is a waiver from drainage features
And
and stormwater
management.
features. What does that mean?
If he was proposing any, Phil, the structure was substantial and you needed retention areas for water retention, because you're shedding a lot of water, you're making a lot of impervious area. He's not proposing any
Exactly.
site disturbance other than adding the building. It's all existing parking lot and parking.
Okay, thank you.
And actually, is where the building going, is that lawn or do you like park there now?
I park there now.
So you're really covering impervious with impervious, you're not really,
Pretty much. I mean, yeah, if you look at an automobile as being impervious.
if it's a gravel parking lot, we consider that impervious.
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 Oh, impervious,
Yeah,
okay, yeah,
Because it's
so,
compacted by driving over it and all that.
yeah, so there'd be virtually no impact. So,
Okay.
I mean, the only impact that, I mean, if you're gonna get technical, the roof has a different runoff, coefficient than
The driveway.
the driveway.
Park area.
So, you're gonna create a very small amount of additional runoff. However, if you look at I'm next to a wetlands, and it's all it's all grass, and there's a great deal of infiltration capacity. So, yeah, it's like a de minimis effect.
Anything else, Phil?
No, I'm satisfied.
Anybody else? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Waivers are granted. Now we have a motion on application acceptance. Looks like he's got, the project at North Arrow. Vicinity sketch. A couple professional stamps on it. The butters are on there. He's showing the boundaries. Yep.
Is that something you had from a previous meeting?
All the application, so.
Yeah, I might have another.
I might have them over here too.
I've got the one that's right. If you wanna use it.
I'm fine.
You got the existing,
No, you want this? I didn't do anything with it.
you got the existing building there. Do you have any pictures or elevation drawing? Or something similar?
Should be something on that application.
This is about all I could, about all I could come up with.
Okay.
Is the door gonna be that big?
Actually, I don't think so. I forget what I ordered. I don't need a door that big.
If I remember correctly, last time you were in front of us, you specified you already ordered the door and you had,
The building's sitting in my,
unassembled.
yeah, unassembled, yeah.
And we had also spoken about siding.
Yeah, that's an issue for me.
Yep.
So, what do I have? I can't even remember what size do I. Well. Fourteen
14 wide,
wide.
a highway one, 10 or something?
And then, the ceiling height's 12, so I went like 10 by 14.
10 wide, 10 wide.
Harry, when I drove by, I could see the building as I was driving south on Stark Highway.
Once we get the application.
Oh, I'm
first,
sorry.
we'll talk about that. We need to get the application accepted first, right? You've got all the sidewalks on both vehicle, pedestrian circulation, you got arrows, parking spaces you got on there, existing building, you got lighting on there. You got the well and septic on there.
On the application, number 7 is not checked and he did not request a waiver.
That's what this picture was for, that's why I asked him about this. He does have this picture here, showing you.
Yeah, but of all buildings, is that
Yeah, he's
just,
got a picture of the tax map there too.
okay, so that's sufficient?
He's got the aerial view here.
Okay,
That's what we accepted in the past.
okay.
I mean, he's got a picture of the new building. You know.
No, that's not the building, that's a
No,
representation.
Right, it's representation.
Is
Similar with the single door on the end.
Is the roof pitch the same as what's?
That's to scale.
Okay.
You could always let him put it up and take a picture of it.
A little late at that point.
It's got the soil types on there. It's got his hours of operation on a note here, right?
Yeah, I've got that on a note.
Note 7.
Yep.
You're not going to be going into that building at any other time?
Well, I think I discussed that the last time I was here.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. My employees won't. I may. I own the thing, so it's, for me, it's 24/7.
On the hours of operation, should we specify what days or?
When we get there, he's got some hours on here which satisfy the
Okay.
application
Okay.
requirement, I think. We can get into the details once we get the application accepted.
Ready for a motion?
I am.
We accept the application as complete.
Second? Chuck?
Second.
Chuck? Okay. All in favor of application acceptance?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Application's accepted. Now we can talk about it. Harry, you wanna give us a little rundown on what you're planning on doing here?
Well, the plan here is to construct a 30 by 40 accessory building. This will be used to store soil samples, to test soil and concrete, and to store equipment that I use in my geotechnical practice. It's a pre-engineered metal building. It's going to be set on a concrete foundation. I live on the property, and I run an engineering firm out of my office next door. It's a small firm. I have 2 or 3 employees that work in the office with me, and I have one girl who works in the lab part-time. She's summer help. So that's really it. It's small, 30 by 40 structure. It's going to be pretty. It's going to be pretty unnoticeable. I don't think any of my neighbors object to it.
So you're not adding any employees once this is done?
No, I've downsized, and I like this, number of employees I have now. In the wintertime, we pretty much shut down, so I'll be paying for heat, but there's very little soil construction in the wintertime.
You're not proposing any, I don't see anything on here about water or septic sewer, bathroom,
No, I
water
don't want
water
to
in
go.
there?
I don't want to go through that. I don't really need it. At some point, I may want to run a outside spigot, but I don't know. I just want to get the thing built now. Deal with that later.
Any questions from the board? Neil?
I'm concerned about the visual appearance of the building. I think it needs the clapboards. I think that's what you wanted to put on both the side facing Stark and the front entrance, the door side, as it faces Quaker Street. As I was saying, as I was driving south on Stark Highway and looking across the lot that's on the corner, that triangular piece that's on the corner, you can see right down the driveway and see the building.
Well,
right here.
Right, and I'll give you that, but here's what I saw. Well, I didn't take a picture of it, but I would like you to consider this, that this is from about this vantage point, that's what you see.
In summer, in full foliage.
Well, behind that is my house, and
But I was looking over here at the driveway.
right, I know, and, okay, this is what you saw. And all I see
Yes.
is the big, huge metal building behind,
But
with the green roof.
yes, but once you're there, I think you're going to see it here, at least the way you've lined it up. A good part of this is going to be visible here. I agree with you that as you drive.
Right, and this is all you'll see, because I took this, I was standing
Yep.
on the highway, and I took that photo, and this, you can't, I staked the building up. The building you're gonna see, right next to the trailer is one corner, and then it's going to run in this direction 30 feet. So yeah, if you're driving slow and you look and you're looking for it, you'll see it. But it's not an obnoxious looking building. I mean, I don't think it's a stain on the character of the.
No, but it's very different from the other buildings in town in the sense that it looks metal, and it is metal. It's not unattractive, but it doesn't conform to the clobber type thing that the rest of the village district does. And zoning ordinance sort of tries to protect the village district in terms of artistic,
Architectural.
architectural integrity. So I think you need to clapboard the door side and the side nearest
I
Stark.
would,
Is that a problem? I mean, is it difficult in some way to do?
yes, it is, because what I'd have to do is I'd probably have to fasten the sheathing. I'd probably go with vinyl siding, okay, because it looks like clapboards. But I'd have to think about how to fasten that to the metal sheathing. Or I could go with wood sheathing and discard the metal sheathing that I already purchased. The thing is that I probably, and I agree with you, I mean, I have clapboards on my house, the
Yeah.
whole, and it costs me a great deal of money to upkeep those clapboards, and which, that's fine. I would give you, I would say yes, I would do it on this, on this side here. But I would probably strongly object to having to do it on the gable end. I'm gonna have the door, and I don't, again, if you're driving really slow, you're gonna have a window of opportunity to see that. And that's, you know, this is what you'll see, okay? That little window of opportunity, which would probably, at 30 miles an hour, you're gonna see that for maybe less than a second.
But it's, when you go through a New England village, it's these little glimpses that are what make it unique. And from my perspective, I don't think it should be, I think it should be clapboards that you see here rather than the metal. Is there some reason why it's more difficult to do the gable end? I mean, you don't have to do the door.
Well, if I did the gable end,
Yeah.
would you release me from doing the side?
No, you gotta, I'm saying both.
Yeah, both. Well, what if I obscured the building? What if I planted some arborvitae's or something so that, and they were not deciduous,
They were, yeah, they were evergreen.
what if I, yeah, and that would look very attractive.
If, as you go down here, all you're seeing is evergreens and not the building, then I think that certainly makes the difference. There's not an issue. Then you'd only have to do this side.
The only thing is that that's a driveway.
If looking right down the driveway, we can have to
No.
put a tree in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Although, no, the
You could
building's
put it in
gonna
front of the
be,
building.
the building's.
But then how's he
oh,
gonna
yeah,
access
in front of
the
the
door?
building.
Yeah.
How would he access the garage door?
No.
If you put one here, like here and here, like front of the, front corner of the building, like,
Right. It's not clear how much of the doorway you're gonna see. Okay? But you're certainly gonna see, and remember, this doorway is slightly smaller. You're gonna, this is what you really see here. And if he puts evergreens there so you can't see it, that's
Yeah,
not an issue.
I'd do that, because I actually have, arborvitae's here. I have 4 or 5. So that would actually sort of meld in.
Yep.
Yeah, I would do that.
And you can set them up in such a way that you're basically making the building invisible as to someone who's driving along and looking up that alley.
Right, right.
That works for me.
and you'd still put the siding on,
The clapboard's on this side.
on that side. Is that the east side, I guess?
Yeah, east side. What hours?
I think that kind of detracts from 22.9, the actual, the wording in here.
What does it say?
It is responsibility of the property owner or the respect, using architectural drawings, photos, and others, sides of structures not directly visible from public roads will be allowed some leniency. That is visible from the public road. Take away the driving by, for the split second you're gonna see it, people walking the village district.
But if he puts trees here, then how is anyone
Okay,
gonna
that
see
covers
it?
the sides, but that doesn't cover the top of the door. You still got the gable above the door, and that's gonna be perfectly visible.
That I don't know. I don't know exactly what the view is. If this building, for example, were moved over here, and I'm not suggesting you do it, moved over here 20 feet, then from this view shed, you couldn't possibly see the building, any part.
I could do that.
But I don't know if you run afoul of distances to
Well, I
wetland or
have-
something like that.
I have 63 feet, so I've got some room to play with. I mean, this isn't etched in stone. I mean, I could easily move this building east and get it out of sight.
What page is that, Jim?
28.
I think I lose my guide.
I still think if it faces a street, regardless of what you plant there, because plants can die or get cut down or whatever, it needs to be along with the same architectural styling of the village district, whether it's clapboards or whatever else. Do you have some sample photos of what would be acceptable, correct? You don't?
So,
Clapboard, shakes, board and batten.
but what about, there are structures in the village district?
That were there before the zoning ordinance was passed.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. The way this is
No,
worded-
what matters is you have to comply with current, as it is today. What was done yesterday doesn't matter.
They're grandfathered.
So,
And grandfather died in the fire, but terribly sorry.
but the intent of the article is to conform to historic flavor. But if there are some structures that,
Nice try, no cigar.
Neither from these guys or
I just feel like I'm being held
or
to
from me.
a standard that is
No.
beyond.
I really don't think so, Harry. It says compatible architectural styles. The exterior of all structures within designated village districts, and this is one of those. All structures, and that doesn't mean existing structures because they're grandfathered, but structures after this ordinance was passed shall be architecturally compatible with the historic building details in those districts. And those
Well, hold
buildings
on.
that you're
The
talking about.
historic in the district.
But the historic doesn't mean the metal buildings in the district. It means,
It's an awfully worded article. And I think that if, I don't think that, I don't think that would stand up.
we've interpreted this way in a variety of cases, that you're talking about clapboards or board and batten siding, the things that Chip mentioned. You can put board and batten on this if you didn't want to use clapboards, for
That
example.
would look colorful. Because I have.
I agree, it needs to match the house, or
No,
it's
I
close
wouldn't-
to the house.
No,
No, I mean, no, from,
according to Neil, I could.
verticals would look different, it would look odd compared to the house, I agree. But,
And board and batten. So you're talking bond, rough cut lumber, that,
by look, not by actual product. You
I think-
mentioned vinyl siding for clapboarding. To me, that looks, from, as I'm walking down the street, not on your property, that looks, I don't wanna say period appropriate, but it looks compatible with the rest of the village district.
And it's far enough away, you're not gonna, you'd be
Yeah.
hard pressed to tell it's not wood.
Yeah, even if you see the seams, big deal.
Yeah.
He's making an effort, and I'm okay with that.
so vinyl siding on the gable.
For me, I would want it on both, I would want it on the sides facing any street. So in this case,
The north and east
the
sides.
north and the
No,
east
not
side.
the east. The east side, you can't see.
This is
In the wintertime, you
Oh,
can't.
no, okay, I'm sorry. I thought you meant both
not this.
gables.
No, no, no,
No, no,
no.
no. Just this side and this
Yeah.
side.
Okay, so, vinyl side.
As long as it looks like clapboarding. That would be the only way I would be happy. Following 22.9.
I will admit, it will look better. I mean, I have clapboard in my house, nice looking. I just spent a lot of money on it, and I'm still spending money.
But that's wood clapboard, right?
But, yeah, but the vinyl,
Much less
all right,
maintenance.
I'll go along with that.
What are your hours of operation? Is it just 8 to 5, Monday through Friday?
I think you're limiting yourself. I'd probably widen the window, because what if you wanna go in at 7 in the morning? The only reason why I say this, if, say you're going in there 7:30 in the morning, you have a new neighbor that moves in next door, and they're complaining because of the sound. They're gonna go to Chip. Chip's looks at this, says, well, he can't start till 8. You're just inviting a problem. Widen it up a little bit.
Will I
And-
have to
and-
submit and come back next
No.
month?
Most of your business is in the summer, and it's daylight till 9 o'clock. So I would say at least 7 to 9
7
for your hours. If you don't work after 5, that's your choice. But
Yeah.
if you wanted to,
All right.
And I would specify, I'd like to see days specified.
Monday through Friday, right?
Yeah,
Do you ever do any Saturday work? Have you
very
ever?
regularly. I have.
Monday through Saturday,
But
then.
that,
That would be what I would suggest. It gives you that window so there's no chance anybody, I'm sorry, people can still complain, but nothing can happen with it.
and you don't have to use it.
Right.
Yeah, it's just giving you
I don't
that
have to work
option.
Saturdays.
Exactly.
You're saying, okay,
Yeah.
good.
It just gives you that extra little bit of leeway, so
All right.
You're-
No,
you're protecting yourself. Is this going to be a business address? Or is this address currently registered as a business?
yeah, I'm going to use the same, well, no, yeah, we can
You're
get
not
mail or
adding
anything.
any signs or anything like that.
No.
I'm wondering about handicap parking. Does it need to be specified handicap parking? Because it's now a separate structure?
No, just employees, there's not even any, it's not open to the public, essentially.
Okay,
Yeah. It's not open to.
okay, just wanna make sure. I just wanna clarify that.
I got two things, yeah.
the time and the siding.
Yep.
Mr. Chairman, I move that the application be approved, subject to the following conditions, that the hours of operation be changed from 8 AM to 5 PM to 7 AM to 9 PM, Monday through Saturday inclusive, and that footnote 13 be added to state, there shall be clapboard siding, wood or vinyl, on the north and east sides of the proposed building.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by John. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Were we supposed to have a public hearing on this, or was that last
I don't use anybody, anybody here from the public about this?
Actually, we didn't have a public hearing because we never accepted the application.
Nobody here.
But I think you should,
It-
that needs to be reflected in the minutes. It was,
They were, on my part, not open to the public for a public comment. Is anybody from the public here about this hearing? There's no public here to comment, so no foul, no error, I guess.
There's a cliffhanger.
draw me up a plan to be signed and come see me for a building permit. You can start
All right.
putting your building up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next is lot line adjustment,
What are you throwing at me?
Robert St. Ange, 18 Rockland Road. Map 202, lot 72 and 73 in the RA zone. Chip just handed this out tonight, I think. Lot line adjustment, did you send that out tonight, or do we have that?
I think you had it.
What's that?
The lot line adjustment.
So we're here for it.
You If you don't have it, I will go make some more copies of it.
This was distributed.
Yeah, this is our homework he gave us last time.
Yeah.
No, here it is. I don't have one, but I'll share it with you.
Okay.
You want mine?
This is the application.
You got it.
Well, that's my second.
No,
No.
that's the first time we've looked at it.
Yeah, this is the initial grilling.
Okay, look at the application.
Have you changed that plan any?
I added some color to that one.
Okay.
All the abutters been notified, Chip?
Yes, they have all been notified.
The same deals with that 10
In RA. Lot size 15.2, page 20, I believe.
Yeah, for 50 feet, it's 10 acres.
No, that's, wait.
My page 20 may be different years.
No, but that's not the issue. The issue is 10 acres, 50 feet frontage in the RA zone.
Tax frontage in
Here it is.
1821.
Yeah. All lots of 10 acres or more must have a minimum of 50 feet of frontage on a paved town road or gravel road. 200, okay. So that's a paved road, so it needs 50.
Oh, so
That's what I'm doing. All lots of 10 acres, sorry, all,
okay,
this is in the rural
okay, I was
agriculture.
looking at the compost this last time.
All lots less than 10 acres, right? And all lots of 10 or more must have a minimum 50 feet on a paved town road. If in the rural agriculture district. That's the way I read it.
I agree, that's the way it reads, but I'll address that later.
Got a couple of waivers with this application.
Yeah. Standard lot line adjustment stuff. We're not creating any new lots, so we're looking for a waiver for topography and delineated wetlands. On sheet 2, we did some topography of the area where we are proposing to build a house just for our own design purposes, so I included that so you could have something to look at. The existing lot 72 is kind of a rolling field with a few apple trees in it, and otherwise just grass.
Okay.
Where's the lot line now?
So right now, the acre and a half, or 1.63 acres, is this area right here. It's landlocked within the larger lot 73.
So it
It's a separate,
Separate lot of record, separate tax bill.
sorry.
was one of those bona fide gift lots apparently. Didn't need frontage.
It's been around for a long, long time. So I think it was even prior to bona fide gifting. I think it came to be however it was, and it's just been on the books ever since.
But it's a legally
Yep,
tax
yep,
lot.
yep, separate lot of record.
And
You could convey it to somebody else if you wanted to.
And there's no right to get to it?
Correct.
So,
Do the same people own that lot as own the rest of it?
Yes, they do.
Exact same ownership?
Mhm.
Thank you.
Well, a house on it at one time, wasn't it?
There is a house on lot 73, right here.
Oh, right there.
It's an interesting structure. It looks like it was built with whatever materials we had around at the time as we were doing it. So somebody
Apple
definitely.
boxes, I think.
What's that?
Mostly apple boxes.
I saw a lot of like pool liner and things of that nature. So we're proposing to.
Interesting is an appropriate term.
Yeah, so we're proposing to take that down. Nobody's looking to live there. It's within the setback right now. It's grandfathered in its existence, but we're gonna take that down before anything would happen with the other lot.
Are you proposing a common driveway, is that what you're-
Yes. Yep. There's already an existing driveway there, so it just makes sense to use it for both lots.
Is there a motion on the waiver request?
Move that the waiver request be approved.
Waivers for focal wetlands for the lot line.
That's the only waiver that's being requested?
Correct.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Waivers approved. Now the application itself. Goodies. We would get everything else on the application.
You need a motion?
I do.
Make a motion to accept the application as complete.
Second.
Second by Neil. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? Okay, Mr. Higginson, you want to explain the application a little better?
It's two existing lots of record. They want to put a house on the lot that's landlocked, so we need to add some road frontage to it and some land to get it up to current zoning size. So we've done that. So now we have two lots that both meet current zoning that could be built upon. Again, one already has that house we discussed earlier, which will be coming down, and then we'll have two lots of record that meet zoning.
I see in the existing lot there's two wells.
Yeah, they're dug wells, kind of like farm type application from years gone by.
Are they going to be used or abandoned?
Left in place, not used. They'll be artesian wells for the houses.
I'm not 100% clear. What exactly are we, can you point out what
Yeah.
we're doing, please?
So right now there's two existing lots. This
Yes.
one right here,
Okay,
and then this whole tract here.
okay,
So what we're doing is we're taking all this land here, adding it to this lot. So when we're done, we'll have this big lot and this lot.
okay, thank you.
And you're doing a driveway easement in that shaded area, right, for,
Yep, a driveway easement up here off of Rockland Road, so that, right now they're under the same ownership, so an easement's not needed, but if one were to be sold, then they would need an easement over the other, vice versa, to access
and
the land.
what we've been requiring with shared driveways is to get the deed actually drafted up and approved by town council
Sure.
for the.
Yeah, it's gotta be done at some point anyway,
So that
so,
way, when it does get sold, it's all drafted up already,
yep,
just,
and they can just go record it.
right.
Yep.
Yeah, shared driveway maintenance agreement is what it's called.
How steep is that driveway?
It's actually, that driveway's pretty much existing, right?
It's existing.
The driveway actually was, I had the permit was approved by Timmy Redmond before he retired. So we had the permit and it was approved after we did everything to it, so
You
it
know what the,
hasn't changed since he's
But-
been there.
you know what the grade is?
But that was approved for one family, not as a shared driveway.
So we didn't, when I had drawn it up, whatever, it crossed the lot lines, but Timmy had never, because we didn't know exactly what we were doing yet. My original intention was to build further back in the woods, but I don't have the ambition to cut the trees anymore, so I've opted to build in the field now.
Welcome to maturity.
Is there an expiration on that approval?
I honestly don't remember reading it. I've been trying to get things rolling on it so much that Timmy, when he mailed it to me, I opened it up, I looked, it was approved, and I've just been, trying to keep everything going and keep
Is
you
there
guys in the
ever
loop.
an expiration on these approvals? No.
Something that needs to be addressed, but no.
Could we put a note on the plan saying the driveway has to conform to the current Weare driveway regulations,
Standards. Standards.
standards? Do you know what the grade of that existing driveway is?
I don't know what it is.
Let me ask you, if he has it already, what?
Is there an issue about it being greater than 10%?
I don't believe so. I think it's close, but I don't believe it's over 10.
Question?
Yeah.
Is the entire width of the driveway area greater than 50 feet?
No.
Is that a problem, Mr. Chairman?
The entire width of the driveway area?
In other words, the applicant has 50 feet on the road, but then it looks as though the driveway is narrower at a variety of points. And is that an issue?
No, the driveway standard is what needs to be 16 feet travel way?
There's no requirement that this be 50 feet.
No, it's the frontage only. I don't think there's anything in there that says a narrowest corner lot.
I think I know where Neil's going with this, and I agree with him. You only have to have 18 feet of driveway, but you gotta have 50 feet of land to put it in. Down on 114 at,
He didn't have 50 feet of frontage.
I know he only had 40,
That
but
was
I
the
think
problem
it's
there.
gotta be 50 all the way straight back.
Well, that's because I think he was doing more than a driveway.
Well, yeah, but I think,
There's more than 50 feet of frontage on both lots, and the smaller of the two is the northerly one, in which the lot line then gets wider at that point. I don't know what the width of the...
so he needs 18 feet, but as long as he's got a width of 50 feet somewhere in there that the driveway can gerrymander through, he's gotta have that 50 feet to put that driveway through it, but the driveway only has to be 18 feet.
That pin essentially in the middle creates that dogleg.
Yep.
If you slid that to the north a little bit, then you'd probably get your 50 feet through that chute, right?
I believe that we have it anyway, but I can certainly double check and make it so that we do. We have the land there to do it.
They put a measurement on here, because that looks like the narrowest point. Right?
Yep.
Right there. Maybe just put a tile line across there with a
Sure.
measurement. I think I would take care of that question right now.
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the existing driveway, approved driveway application is now null and void if you split these lots.
It would have to be approved as a
As a
Driveway
shared
for-
driveway,
shared
so the
driveway.
original driveway
So
permit
you
is
have to do a new driveway.
out
for
the
that.
door.
But I'm sure it was only done with the intention of a single lot.
At that point, yeah, it was only one lot at that point.
Right.
Another question, Mr. Chairman? On lot 202/72, the location of the new house, does that meet the distance setback from the lot line?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, he's got this big one. He's got the setbacks shown on here,
Oh, got it.
which is actually, looks like you put that lot line, so the setback is like in the stone wall.
Yeah, we knew where we wanted the house to be, so we just kind of made the lot line work with it.
What is this dotted line? Lower left, lot 73, has 143 next to it? What
That's
is
the
that?
soils line.
Okay, thank you.
And could you show the 4K areas on here? We don't require test pits
Sure.
on lots
Yep.
greater than 5 acres, but we require the 4K area. all these monuments that you've shown,
They're all set. I surveyed around the whole outer boundary, so those are all set. I did not set the ones on the interior lot line. I will set them and write the date on them. They were set before I prepared the Mylar.
all the, you got drill holes in the walls?
Yep.
The solid ones?
Yep.
Diam pipe founds?
Yep,
We just
I know.
went through this last.
No, I drilled the whole wall before I went out and surveyed it, and then I ran it and located them all. Everything's there.
That's the best way to do it, that way you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you got something to come back to?
Right.
Yep.
And
I'd be more than
neighbors got
happy to
something-
take you
neighbors got
around and
something
show
to
you all
use.
of them.
Yeah. Try to go back and locate for a drill hole later is next one possible.
It's a pain. Yep,
Yeah.
easier to do it first. I didn't set the interior lines, so that's the reason to move those lines around. I don't want to have to do a pin twice.
Okay. So those will need to be set.
The interior? What needs to be set?
Lot corners, or proposed lot corners. Any other questions from the board?
I see the proposed house for lot 72. Is there a proposed house already for 73?
No.
There's not, okay.
If you could, when you're putting the fork areas on there, I'm assuming you're gonna put it back in that open area, not right up by the road, because there's not much of a corner there. to put it.
Yeah,
Could you do a proposed new well too?
sure.
Those are- I'm trying to think of what to do with those two existing wells.
They're currently 3-foot concrete tiles with, 4-inch covers on them. They're not, they're nothing that anybody's gonna fall in or anything like that. And throughout town, there's hundreds of them in
Okay,
use
but
and
the
not in
concrete
use.
with concrete covers.
Oh,
on, not
absolutely, yep.
Stone with a wood.
No, you'd have to try pretty hard to get into them.
Okay. That was my concern.
Yep.
Open up for public comment, public questions, if the public has any questions or comments, or? Being none, I'll close the public hearing. I think you need to we need the deed, we need the driveway easements done before the plan gets signed.
Sure, I'll get it all together and bring it all at once.
Bring it to me. I'll send it off to be reviewed.
And then add a note 9, that the driveways to meet current Weare.
The driveway must conform to current driveway standards
Driveway
used for a
standards.
shared driveway.
Yep.
Is that how I should put it in here? Or just Weare standards?
We have driveway standards for shared driveway.
And you wanted something about the 4,000 square feet
I
shown.
want to add the fork areas and the other well radius as well.
That's for lot 73.
The well for 73 and fork areas for both lots.
And then you also wanted the monuments to be set.
Correct. We need a tie line from the,
Oh, yeah.
What's the timeline?
across that gap. Right through, from this point here, you know, to
Yep.
point perpendicular to here. That'll get, because that's the narrowest point there. That'll tell us what the width is coming through there. For your 50-foot question. Yes, yeah.
There might be one in that cabinet right there.
It's supposed to be 50 feet.
It's less or more?
No, I think it's a whisker more.
I believe it is.
Ready for motion?
I'm ready for motion.
Please correct it as I make it.
Okay.
I move we approve the application subject to the following additional conditions which shall appear as notes on the plan. Note 9, the driveway must conform to the current driveway standards, including those for shared driveways. Note 10, I guess this isn't really a note, but this is another requirement, not a note, that the 4,000 square foot area for septic disposal must be shown on both lots, and the new well radius shown for lot 202/73. That monuments be set for the proposed lot corners and lines, and that a tie line on lot 202/73 be drawn to determine the driveway boundary width, if I said that correctly. So, if that's seconded, Mr. Chairman, it would be one note and 3 conditions.
Four conditions.
4.
Okay, well, monuments, tie line. And that the driveway easement, shared driveway maintenance agreement be
Submitted?
submitted and approved prior to,
Signing off on the plan?
yes.
Yes, that's what I said.
Anybody second? Chuck seconds. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None?
Thank you.
Okay. I think that was it for the agenda items.
That's it. Minutes.
we've got some people in the
Are you
audience here.
folks here for the Remillard?
No.
Yes, no.
Yeah, it's a Remillard proposal.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Oh.
postponed for a month.
Oh,
Up till July 27th.
July
What's going on there, anyway?
We're not exactly sure, to be honest with you. We're about as much in the dark as you are.
I just see an open lot, you know,
Yep.
and then I've been hearing a couple things, but
As of right now, it's just a cleared lot.
Shouldn't listen to rumors.
no.
There's been a site plan proposed. We've got questions. We've asked them for additional information. They've continued it since we did that. So we have no new information.
Okay.
we're just being considered,
Yeah.
concerned.
Where do you folks live?
Merrill Road. So,
It's a nice house.
no, it's a nice area, but it's hard, you know, because you're coming up, 77, so that's a 50 mile zone when you get to Rockland, and it's pretty tight there now. My son lives on Walker Hill, so when you try to cross over, it's a little scary. Even coming out of our driveway on Merrill, because people don't
I-
obey the speed limit.
Mr. Chairman,
love
I
it
don't
here.
think we should be discussing this.
No.
We love it here.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
really
beautiful
nice.
town.
So you're more than welcome to come back July 27th.
All right, thank you guys.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
And call me from time to time and I'll tell you where you're at.
Mr. Chairman, in the
I
absence
think
of...
that's it. I don't want to talk about any subdivision
Do we want,
modifications, proposals, or
do we want to do the minutes from last month, get them out of the way? Or, I'm sorry, from last meeting, June 8th?
we can.
Have you done your work, your homework?
Yeah, I only found two things.
We'll, review minutes of June 8th.
First paragraph starting, Mr. Siciliano states,
Mhm.
second line down, the conservation, I believe that's supposed to be Conservation Commission, I believe, instead of Conservation
I
Board.
think you're right.
Thank you.
Two paragraphs below that, starting Mr. Siciliano. First word, second line, monuments should be lowercase. And that's all I had.
Wow.
Good job.
Thanks.
Move the minutes of June 8th as amended be approved.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? One abstention.
I do have one question before we adjourn, and it's just more for clarification because I'm a little confused. In a rural ag district, why does, on a lot that's less than 10 acres, require 250 road frontage versus one that has more than 10 acres only requires 50? Why the 200-foot difference between lot sizes?
If you can figure out what that zoning article means, I'll give you a job.
No, I think you've stated it correctly.
Why? I don't get, if a lot is 9.5 acres versus 10.5 acres, why do I need to have 50 foot versus 250 feet? What benefit do I get? I think it would be more beneficial as based on road speed.
You should probably bring that up during the review of zoning articles in the fall to address, because they can't answer this right now, because none of them know.
That's why I'm asking, because I don't know.
I mean, I think that, think about it. It's 250 feet of frontage required.
Yep. For one less than 10 acres,
Right.
yes. But if you have more than 10 acres, you only need 50 feet.
On a paved road.
Yes, on a paved road. But why the huge difference?
What would you suggest?
I'm not sure I understand the reasoning behind it. I would think it'd be more road speed based, not size of lot. So I got 15 acres behind me, I only got 50 feet of road frontage, versus if I only had 3 acres behind me, I have to have 250.
So you need to discuss that at zoning change time.
Yeah, that 50 feet is the only
It's snob zoning.
way that the town has to allow backlots. A lot behind another lot. You could have a 5-acre lot in the front
Yeah,
and a 10-acre lot
so kind of like this.
behind it.
This gentleman here tonight would have no lots.
You need to have one.
Now, you have one.
But I just,
Well,
but,
no.
so if I have less than, so if I only have 9 acres, I have to have 250 feet. Why, I don't understand
So
why.
you
that
can't
looks so much
subdivide it.
higher. No.
That's the basic tenet of this whole thing, is there's no further subdivision of your land. If you don't have another 250 feet, you're not subdividing it.
Or if you got 9 acres, 5-acre zoning, you're not subdividing.
So it's all because of subdivision.
Yes,
Imagine you had.
So not, has nothing to do with safety.
no.
That seems,
As Mr. Kirk put it, you should be allowed to kill yourself, so.
When did I put that?
That was a
You
discussion.
said it?
That was a discussion we had in there one day about
I make a
something.
motion we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.